Projector, stop throwing your pearls to the swine. Honestly, it's not even a matter of feeling bitter that it's not being received. It's actually like when you go beyond that, when you start to just observe yourself and take that sovereignty into your own personal power and your awareness of your energy and where it's worth placing that energy, you actually don't even feel bitter. What you feel is, oh, let me not do that anymore. Because what happens is when you're giving, what you don't understand is that you hold so much value. The way that you can zoom in, you're designed literally to zoom in and immediately be able to pick out and give that person very, very prescriptive, very perceptive, very insightful guidance. And that guidance is expensive. And if you are running around sharing with your friends or family or whoever, and you continually see that they don't even recognize it. They will tell you, somebody else said this to me and they received it, because they're not receiving it from you. So what you're doing is, when you're doing that, you're giving, but they're not receiving it. So you're wasting your precious energy, your resources, your time. And the question you need to ask yourself is, where else could I place that so that I can actually be financially resourced, so that I can feel and experience the beauty of projector success, where I can actually have impact, and where I can conserve my own energy? Because every time you give free guidance to a friend or whoever, and they haven't asked you for it and they haven't recognized, it's really key to understand, and this works with clients as well. If your client or prospective client has not recognized, and you take them on and you take their money, you're still going to feel burnt out and drained by the interaction. You're going to get the stuff of them not feeling like it's enough, or you're going to get the sense that they're just not taking on what you're saying, and there's going to be an energetic friction there because they won't hear you. And so that thing about we're not for everybody is something I go deeply into the nuance of in my Know Your Ideal Client by Human Design masterclass. Because many people are throwing around this phrase, oh, your soulmate clients. And are they really teaching you to zoom in on your actual soulmate clients, which is your fractal? And your fractal are people that recognize you. They are actually traveling the same trajectory as you. They understand your guidance, the way that the themes that you, and the way that you teach, your guide, the style is very connected to your fractal, basically. The way that they will tune into you and the way that they will receive you is going to be completely different than from anybody, any old person. But I think it's really important to recognize when you're not being recognized, and when you're giving guidance, it's not necessarily bitterness. It doesn't have to be a bitter feeling. It can be, wow, it can be it can be a moment of awareness. And I think that's a shift that happens when you actually are giving deeply from the heart. You have an awareness moment where you go, oh, that. And I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like not implementing what you're saying. It looks like somebody else saying the exact same thing and them hearing it from them, but not from you, even though you might have been saying the same thing for the last few months. And that happened for me when I was working in education. I actually had we used to have staff meeting every Tuesday, and I noticed that when I would give guidance without being recognized, without being invited, high level, perceptive, insightful guidance about how something could be optimized or improved or maximized in a department, ignored. So I noticed that, and I said to my friend Fergus, who was a generator, I said, Fergus, I want you to do this. Next time we're in session, I want you to repeat exactly what I say, and let's notice. So he did, and every time they would say, wow, that's such a great idea. Now, this was way before human design, and I didn't know that that I was a projector and he was a generator, and I didn't understand any of this. At the time, I thought it was either because I was a woman, or it was some form of racism, or just something. I was creating all these stories about what it could be, and ultimately, it really was a fact of being a projector and not being recognized. So I think what I'm trying to say from this video is, when you notice that not even notice, hold back, in fact, really choose and decide, where is it worth me putting my energy? Value yourself enough to recognize that unless you have been recognized and invited to guide the other in a intimate situation or in a friend context or even a coaching context, you're wasting your energy. So it becomes a matter of, where can I optimize and where can I pull back my power and put my energy in spaces where it's actually seen, heard, and recognized, received. And I will also say it should be highly paid as well, because nobody can see and give that kind of insight in the way that you can. And when you recognize the value of that, you'll stop undercharging, overcommitting, and under-earning.